implement this. You say, how come we don't do this in the beginning? Because this memory is very limited. It's not even close to 64 kilobytes. And then you write your program, it's already 100 kilobytes, so it's not going to fit. So we use your main program stored in the SD-RAM, but your video memory is inside the FPGA. Okay? Now the difference between this board, D0 and the D270, is that the D270 has a discrete memory just for the video. Okay? But you pay extra money for that. They're not expensive. But you still need to build a PCB, you make sure that you route the thing properly, you implement it properly. And then it has to be fast memory. So we're going to use the internal FPGA memory. A lot of times we call this on-chip RAM because it's on the FPGA itself. It is not off-chip. Okay? So 16K. Okay. All right. So far, any questions? So the next thing is we understand how this memory will improve our video performances. When you are writing to the memory, that means you're writing to the screen, but the memory will not show up on the screen like this. It will go through a sequence of timing, like scanning. Okay. For example, if you say, okay, right now I want to turn on that pixel, but you're scanning here. What will happen is your system has to wait until it is ready to scan, and then it's going to process the data. To avoid this kind of behavior, waiting for the data to be processed, usually what we'll do is we use DMA. Okay? Direct memory access. So we always think that only the computer, the CPU, the Neos tool can access the memory. But it's not true. There's another piece, we call it a DMA controller, can also access the memory. The idea is this. The CPU tells the DMA controller, I want to send all these bytes into the video memory. Usually it's the processor is sending one at a time and keep doing this back and forth until you finish it, but it's very slow. Instead of doing that by the CPU, you said DMA controller, send everything over there. So CPU will sit there and wait, the DMA will go in there, continually send out everything. Because this operation is continuous, because this operation is only one direction, so that the CPU does not have to deal with the back and forth. Understand? It doesn't have to do back and forth. You just say DMA controller, send out everything. Okay? So that means the CPU can go ahead and do something else. Okay? And then because we have separate memory bus, because we have two pieces of memory. One is the external memory, SD-RAM, one is the internal memory for the video. The process can go ahead and do something else while the DMA is doing its own job. Okay? So we need to have a DMA controller. Again, you don't have to build this. It's already built into the IP from the tool in your virtual machine. Okay, so we have memory, we have the DMA controller, and we have what they call a bit width resampler. Okay, now this is something that is not obvious to you. Okay. 16-bit color that we use in our system. The reality is the VGA takes 32-bit. So something had to convert from the 16 to 32 for us. And then you're not going to do that in the software level. You're going to do that in the hardware level. And this converter is called a resampler. So that you put in 16, and then you put out 32 for you. Now what if you start with 32? Do you still need this? Yeah, you don't need this anymore because you automatically one-to-one. Now it's not. This is not one-to-one. This is not even 1 to 2. Do not be confused by 16 to 32. They do not scale linearly. Okay? There's one item that's not shown here. This is something that usually nobody will care, except us. It's called an alpha blender. Alpha blend. The Alpha Blender, what it's doing is, suppose you have one image on the screen, and somebody is going to put something on top of you, okay? And the Blender is going to look at, okay, you have an image in this way, you have an image coming this way, how can I put them together on top of each other? And this is what we call Alpha Blend. Okay? And this Alpha Blend is hard-coded to be 10 bits per color. That means 10 bits for red, 10 bits for green, 10 bits for blue. Okay? So the resampler not only have to convert everything to 16 to 32, we also have to make sure this is 30 bits. Why? Because the Alpha Blend is 30 bits, not 10 bits or 32 bits. So this will be 30 bits per RGB. Okay? So when you blend these together, you are going to get everything working properly. Okay? It sounds a lot of work. Yes, it is a lot of work. Okay. All right. So if you look at this whole thing, the system must have a scaler, a VGA controller, FIFO buffer, a pixel memory or video memory. Okay, must have a DMA controller, must have a resampler, plus you have an Alpha Blender to blend everything together, overlay together. Okay, and they have to be connected in a way that they work. Okay, so now we're going to go over the step to connect them. Okay? And the step is very long. So when you don't finish everything today, fine, we'll continue in the next class. If you make one mistake in the step, it's not going to work. Everything has to go like this. So you start with the first piece and then go all the way vertical down. The last piece is your VGA controller. You go this way. Okay? So let's start the two. The first piece is the memory, the video memory. Right. So where do we? What happened? You need to go to memory on chip memory. Right? Memory on chip memory. Memory on chip memory. Okay, so you add. And they'll ask you, okay, how many bytes you need. So there are a few boxes you need to check. First, you have to make sure that it is RAM, not ROM. ROM is only read-only. In this case, it cannot be read-only. It has to be read and write. RAM. It's a dual port. So what is dual port? Dual port means you can read and write at the same time. And the size binary is 16384. This is 16 kilobytes. Okay? And everything else, don't touch. Okay, so everything else don't touch. Just check. And write in memory, RAM, don't care, auto 32 16 384.